Welcome to the Wyoming State Library Database tutorial, Bookflix. Bookflix is designed for grades pre-K to 3 and perfect for public libraries, school libraries, and use from home. It pairs classic video storybooks with related eBooks. Animation, audio, and interactive games are designed to reinforce core reading skills. So let's check out Bookflix here from gowild.net. You'll notice that you can connect from a library or connect remotely. Folks from home will need to use remote access with a library card and PIN. Once you get into the main page here, you'll see that you have 9 categories, 9 different themes, each with a fiction and nonfiction pairs. Scholastic has made a few changes, and you'll notice those as we go along, including a title search here on the main page and being able to toggle to Spanish language. I'm going to start by going with family and community, and you'll notice they have a lot of book pairs for you to scroll through. And I'm going to select Nuffle Bunny. When you get up the screen for the pair, you'll notice that you can watch the video story, read the ebook, and on the left-hand side, there's some additional content, and we'll look at that here in just a second. When I click on Watch the Story, you'll see that you can put read along on or off, and we can change to the Spanish edition.
Oh, it's a daddy, run away.
No, he's nice.
You have a nice daddy?
Yeah, and a nice mommy.
No, I don't believe it. How?
So as you can see, it's the actual book that they've animated. So if the kids or adults know and love a specific book, it will look like that particular book. I want to scroll to the end. For you to see that this one is narrated by Mo, Cheryl, and Trixie Willems, the real daddy, mommy, and Trixie. So let these stories go clear to the end because there's additional information. Some of them, like Miss Rumphius, also include some live video of the actual location. So be sure and watch clear to the end. You can also put this on full screen if you're doing a story time, for example. I'm going to switch this to Spanish.
¿Se casan?
Sí, se ven felices.
Sí. ¿Por qué tiran arroz?
Porque es tradición.
This makes it a perfect resource for English as a second language Spanish speakers as your students, or if they've got Spanish speaking in the home, or if you've just got somebody learning to speak Spanish, they can take a favorite children's book and put it in Spanish and follow along and practice that way. Once you've done the storybook, you can read the ebook. I can put read along on or off. So here, if it's off, they can just read themselves or practice reading. You can also
Measurements, the sizes or weights of things.
so they can practice their vocabulary as well. If I turn read along on,
This builder is working on a new house. He uses math every step of the way.
notice that you can slow it down when you've got that read along on. I can also zoom in, or I can also make this full screen. In addition, because this pair is available in Spanish, I can change this to Spanish language. And again, I can put read along on or keep it off. Once you've done both the video storybook and the ebook, they can move on to puzzlers. And these are interactive educational games that reinforce vocabulary and comprehension. Some of them have fact or fiction as well. And notice that it will bounce back if you don't get it right. And if you get them all, you did it. And they can replay or move on to the next one. The next thing you can do is dive deeper into this, and that's got exploring the web and meet the creators. And this will give you information about the author and illustrator. The other thing you can do when you're in the story is up here at the top, you'll see that you have a resources tab. When you click on that, if kids have hit on that, they can go back to Bookflix, or you can click on the lesson plan. This lesson plan will give you learning objectives, before and after the viewing, paired text activities, and show curriculum correlations. So you've got before viewing, including reviewing some vocabulary, some activities here, and you can search for curriculum correlations. You can also print this out so that you have a copy of the lesson plan before you begin this. The other thing that you've got here are resources and the help button, and we'll go into those here in a second. I'm going to go back to Bookflix Home. If you notice over here, you've got a featured pair, and that will change periodically. What's really great about this is we looked at Meet the Creators. I'm going to show that again, because here you've got the author and the illustrator. So both of those are included under that Meet the Creators. One of the additions, as I mentioned, is the title search here at the top. So I can search for a title, and it gives me the 2 Chato books. The other thing I can do on the main page is toggle to Spanish, and now I'm going to click on one of the pairs so I can see all of the Spanish titles available, for example, in Animals and Nature, and you'll see that it has the English-Spanish editions indicated there on that little banner. If I toggle this off, then you can see all the titles. I've also discovered back here on the home page that a few of the keywords like bullying, I can put up here in the title search, and I will get some of those titles. I'm going to go back up here to that resources tab now that we're on the main page. Notice I don't have the access to a lesson plan, which was in the individual pairs, but I can go to the main resources and tools. Here you're going to find a way to filter all of the titles here, search for the ones that you want to use. For example, I can do the drop down for themes, select geography, for example, and let's say I want to do running time of 5 to 10 minutes. And that will give me the title that fits that category. And you'll see that it indicates the information here about that book and the running time. I'm going to reset that here with the button on the right. And let's do a Lexile score range. And so this gives me all the Lexile 400 to 600 titles. I can also add running time. I can add categories and themes. Or again, I can toggle to just those in Spanish. I'm going to go over here to the Resources tab at the top. Here you'll find using paired text, some library programming ideas, including a library patron letter, a teacher letter, and a parent letter that can be sent out, preparing for a program and presentations, classroom activities, so working on phonetics and vocabulary comprehension, and then all the different themes, parent and child explorations. So really, they've included a lot of enhanced content. You can also go to this downloadable resources, and you'll see that you can get a full listing of the Bookflix titles. get the family and parent letters in Spanish or English, go into their newsletter archive, print out posters, customizable bookmarks. As you can see, this is a perfect tool to engage and support young readers. You should, as I mentioned, have access both in school and at your public libraries. And for home use, folks will need a library card and a PIN. Please contact me if you'd like help with access for classes. And I hope you'll take a look at this beautiful resource that we have access to, both as an adult and for your kids, for teachers, public library programming. As you notice with full screen, you could set it up as a story time. So a lot of options here and a lot of ages that you can approach with this, both in Spanish and in English. Like I said, if you want access for your classes, just let me know and we can set that up for you. I appreciate you joining in today. If you have any questions, let me know about this database or other databases. And I hope you really enjoy it. I know it's a gas for me to look at and one of those really fun to practice and get, you might be able to lead patrons, students here, teachers here, just to get them used to going to something on gowild.net and use it as a jumping off place. So hope you enjoy it and have a great day. Thanks for joining in. Bye now.